Hello friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to I Like Reddit channel. Today we have 5 stories out of the Entitled Parents subreddit. Let's begin. Our first story is posted by F. Giorgio. Entitled parents send their kids to play in front of my house. So I was reminded of this a few days ago by my mother. It happened in 2011. I live on the ground floor in a residential neighborhood. Children generally play in the road and are noisy, but it's part of life. The thing is, in 2011, there were no kids in the neighborhood. There were either babies and toddlers who were too young, or younger kids who are now teens and they are too old for playing football or hide and seek in the road. One summer day, I started hearing this terrible rumble outside. It is hot and my window is open, so I look out and see a bunch of kids between 9 and 13 playing loudly outside my house. I had never seen these kids before. I asked them who they were and where did they live, and one of them told me they live 3 blocks over. I asked them if they had any friends here and they refused. So I told them to leave, which they did. Like I said, I can't complain when local kids play. It's their right. About 10 minutes later, the kids return. I see them and tell them to leave and not come back. They leave, only to return a few minutes later with their entitled mother. The EM was in her late 30s, early 40s, with very short shorts and a Karen haircut, even though I didn't know what it was called at that time. She was demanding to know who told her kids to leave. I look out the window and respond, I did. EM immediately goes on a tirade. How dare I speak to her kids? How dare I order them to leave when she said they could play? On and on. I asked her where she lived and she confirmed that she lived 3 blocks away. So why the F don't your little brats play there then? I asked to receive the answer that me and my husband work all week and are tired and need some rest. We can't listen to the noise. I retort, I work too, and I'm also tired and I'm not obliged to listen to the howling brats that don't even live here. She took offense to the word brats and threatened to sue me. I told her, if you want to sue me, don't do it for calling your kids brats. I'd rather she sue me for insulting her, so F off. She states that she will call the police, to which I answer, please do. I will tell them how you abandoned your underage kids that were under your care. As you would guess, she didn't call the police. I never saw her or her little monsters again. Not a very exciting story, but it was the most memorable EP moment so far. I guess the only thing I'm wondering is what makes the OP's house so special to play in front of? I mean, I'm assuming they're track homes, and I just wonder what is so appealing about the OP's house to play in front of. Was it next to a park or a stream or something like that? I mean, none of these things are mentioned in the story, but I mean, I remember as a kid being told by my own parents to not play in front of the house. And, my friends and I, we'd go and play in front of their house, or we go, a block or 2 over and go play. And it wasn't a big deal about going and playing someplace else, but going back to the same place where you were told off before, it just seems kind of silly because you're going to get told off again. Anyway, moving on to our next story. Our next story is posted by Savvy Lee 13. Entitled Mom Begs Bride to be less happy on her wedding day. So let me preface this saying that this is my mom's story, not mine. I don't know all the details because I know it's a painful memory and I don't want to make my mom relive it. The characters will be MM, my mom, EM, entitled mom, ES, entitled sister, MD, my dad. My mom is the youngest of 2 girls. She and my dad went to high school together but didn't start dating until they were both in college. It was a chance meeting that they ran into each other in a bar. Cute story, still happily married and in love 23 years later. It all started when my mom got engaged. My aunt was so upset because she wasn't engaged first, even though she was older. Throughout all the planning, she was pouting and kind of cold towards my mom. So the day of the wedding comes. My mom is getting ready with her bridesmaids. She is marrying a guy that she has had a crush on since high school, and she has her perfect venue, and she's wearing her grandmother's, my great-grandmother's, dress. Everything is going absolutely perfect until my aunt starts crying. My mom tried to comfort her because she is the most selfless woman in the world. Even though she was getting married in a mere hours, she was focused on her sister. A little while later, after my aunt ran off, my grandmother pulled my mom aside. Like I said, I don't know every detail, but the conversation went something like this. EM, hey, my mom, you're really making entitled sister upset. My mom, confused. What did I do? EM, you're way too happy and it's making her upset that she didn't didn't get married before you? My mom, pardon me? EM, can you just be a little less happy? My mom was in shock. This was supposed to be her happiest day of her life, and here was her mother telling her to be less happy so that her sister didn't get butthurt. My mom's whole life, she was always told to set her accomplishments aside so her sister could feel special too. When she was younger, she was told by her parents she would never go to college because she had a hard time in school, dyslexia and ADD, before professional help was available. My mom defied all odds and graduated with a master's degree. Can you guess who got all the glory for graduating from college? You guessed it, my aunt. And now, on this day, my mother wasn't having it. My mom, look mom, I'm sorry that entitled sister is upset, but today is about me and MD. We're happy and I'm not going to hide that or pretend I'm not, just so that ES won't be sad. Today is the happiest day of my life and I'm not giving that up for anyone. My grandmother shut up after that. She did give my mom disapproving looks though. I don't need to have been there to see that. My mom still gets them all the time. After that, the wedding was perfect. My mother still talks about it with stars in her eyes. Now, my mother still has to deal with their crap sometimes, but she also has my dad and us kids, 2 of us are now adults, to help stand up for her. She's very happy, and I'm so glad that she stood up for herself. There are a few stories like that I know about, but this one makes me the saddest. I'm just glad she didn't let it ruin her wedding day. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is posted by LazyGuy98. Hippity hoppity, hand my EK your property. So, where do I start? This event happened only hours ago. I was riding on the bus to return home from work. It's a half-hour ride most of the time. I'm on my phone, listening to some music while scrolling through Reddit or playing games. Today I decided to just listen to music and have a snack. I always carry a croissant in my bag with strawberry jam and butter. No more than 2 minutes after I got the croissant out of my bag, I feel a tap on the back of my shoulder. I turn around and who do I see? The Mad Titan Karen and her little spawn. The conversation went something like this. Me, yes? EM, excuse me, young man, but do you think my son could have that? Points at my croissant. He hasn't eaten anything all day, but I've been too busy to get him some food. Me, sorry, but I only have the one. EM cuts me off. Don't make it such a big deal. It's only a dumb croissant. I'm sure you have more in your bag. I can see from here it's full of stuff. Me. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Either way, it's not really any of your business. Now please leave me alone. EK. Mommy, you said I could have the croissant. EM. Yes, honey, but the mean person won't give you the croissant. Turns to me. See, you're making my baby sad. Now give him the croissant now. Me. No, I'm not giving your kid my snack. And don't blame this on me. It's your bad parenting you should blame. Teaching your kid to take food from strangers? Who in their right mind does that? EM. How dare you talk to me like that? You know I'm old enough to be your mother. Give me that. EM tries to grab either my croissant or my bag off my hands. She probably thought I had more in it, which I didn't. But with that act in place, I pushed EM away from me and she fell on the bus floor. She then started yelling of how I assaulted her and that she's gonna sue me. The bus stopped and the driver hopped off his seat and stormed on our way. And you could tell he was not happy. Bus driver, what the hell is going on? EM, he assaulted me. Please call the police. This man is crazy. Me, you assaulted me first. I just defended myself. Bus driver, yeah, cut the crap. I saw from the camera. Bus drivers in my country have installed security cameras so they can see what's going on in the back of the bus. EM, but. Bus driver, get off my bus before I call the police on you. EM grabbed her kid, who was now crying and throwing a temper tantrum, and left the bus. Bus driver asked me if I was okay, and I told him yes, and he made a joke of how crazy that woman was to make me laugh. What a nice guy. I'm a little confused as to why this mom would admit to the OP that they're a bad mother by not getting their kids some food. And on top of that, I mean, the story just happened a couple of days ago. Well, there's a virus outbreak that's currently hit the world by storm. Not concerned about any of that stuff. I mean, this woman is just a crappy person, not feed your kid, and then take somebody else's food. I'm glad the bus driver kicked her off, though personally think that social services probably needed to be called. I mean, if she's not feeding her kid on a regular basis, that kid probably needs to be someplace that's not with her. Anyway, moving on to our next story. If you've been watching until here and are enjoying my content, please put some heart emojis in the comment section down below. Our next story is posted by Nagi Naui 101. Your Kindle has games. EM tries to make me share my Kindle. This just happened now on the train heading home. Usually I read on there, but since the pandemic, I have to use my Kindle to read, which gives me a headache if I'm not in the proper light. Cast. Me. EM, lady sitting 6 feet away. EK, bored toddler or whatever. AO, annoying onlooker. So here it goes. I'm on the train trying to read my Kindle, and I suddenly hear EM, excuse me, can I borrow that? Me, my Kindle? No, I'm reading, sorry. EM, don't you have some games that my child can play? Me, no. EM, some kids' books have audio. Me, no. Look, my Kindle just has books on it and that's it. It's not an iPad. She gets a bit huffy and glares. Her kid starts to whine that he's bored. He looks about 7 or so. EM, I'm asking this nice lady to let you borrow her tablet, so don't. Me, more like demand. EM, well, he's bored and he doesn't have. I get up and move away, only to see AO walk up. He looks about 60 or so. AO, look, we don't need some whiny kid on the train. Just let him borrow it for a bit, okay? Me, no, I don't have any wipes and I don't have any guarantee that I'll get it back. AO, how about some faith that she and her child will give it back? How about that? Me, no offense, but no means no. The train stops at my stop and I get off with my Kindle in my bag, hoping not to see this woman again. So I'm minding my own business. EM demands I loan my Kindle to her child because he's bored. An annoying guy who just doesn't want to deal with the noise tries to pressure me into me giving my Kindle with no guarantee that I will get it back. While no justice is served, it seems that the EM doesn't care about social distancing as long as it means not sharing personal property. You know, the thing that pops into my head right off the bat with this is that, quote, poor planning on your part doesn't necessitate an emergency on mine. Well, I mean, I know this is not an emergency, but it comes down to the fact that this EM didn't plan, didn't bring any toys, did not bring any books, or even an iPad, or letting the kid play with her phone. So now she's harassing this person, the OP, for their Kindle. I'm glad OP has a nice shiny spine and didn't give in to the entitled mother and the annoying onlooker. Part of me almost thinks that the old guy was in on it too, like he was with them or something. I just find the story really infuriating. Anyway, moving on to our final story. Our final story is posted by YTunes. EM threatens to call HOA over yard work. Backstory. So during the whole quarantine kerfluffle, my dad offered to pay me to help him trim a couple of trees around our property. My school was out for a while, so I agreed. Today we are working on one tree at the front of our yard. My dad was using a chainsaw to cut down the tree that had grown next to the tree we were trimming. I was standing off to the side watching, trying not to get hit by the tree. It was like 12 feet. When my neighbor, EM, walks up and taps me on the shoulder. EM, excuse me, what are you doing to that tree? Just want to point out that I've never actually met this neighbor. I just know who they are. Me, oh, hi EM. We're just clearing out some area below the tree. EM, well, you can't cut it down. Me, what? I thought she meant the tree that we were already cutting down. Oh, well, we're clearing out under the tree to make it look nicer. EM, no, not that one. The main one. Me, we aren't cutting it down. EM, yes you are. Now tell him to stop. Me, trust me, my father isn't gonna cut down that tree. EM, do it or I'm going to tell the HOA. Me, alright then. Small pause. Me, are you gonna tell them or what? EM, teens these days are so stupid and sassy. Me, see ya EM. I walk away. Just to let you know, EM has tried several times over the years to report us to the HOA, but first off, we don't have one. Second off, she keeps trying to form one behind our backs, but all our other neighbors are against it. She threatened to call the police on my family before, and her nice husband had to talk her down from it. My father asked what she wanted, and I just told him she was acting crazy. He totally agreed, and we cut down the second tree. Anyway, that's all the stories I have for today. Links to the original Reddit posts will be in the description box below. Please stop on by Reddit to show the OP some love and an upvote. If you enjoy my content, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to let you know when I've uploaded new videos. Thank you for watching and have a great day.